Do you ever not want to gamble?
Sometimes, like if you get on a really bad losing streak, we've had conversations where it's like, I'm quitting. This is stupid. I've gotten frustrated and it never lasts more than a day or two. But like we had the worst losing streak, and WBG always says, winning streaks and losing streaks last longer than you'd ever expect them. Or he said it better than that, but the essence is we just couldn't win, and it was bad, because like our content is like, okay, welcome to the VegasMatt losing his ass show, and then like day after day after day after day, we let's play this, let's play Huff and Puff, let's play Dragon Link, let's play this, and just lose. I mean, it was good for the audience to see, there's no magic, you're gonna get wrecked. And so when I lose a lot and just over and over and over and over again, but no, that big jackpot's right around the corner. When we hit that 400,000, that was insane. And that just made up.
What was the reaction to that?
I was very enthusiastic. A lot of times I'll do like a victory lap where like I run around the machines. And I think that's one of the reasons when I first got started, I'm a very emotional, I wear my, like what you see is what you get kind of a thing. And so like when I win, I'm elated. And when I lose, I'm mad. And that honest reaction, I think, is what kind of how people like. And so the first video that EJ ever uploaded was me. I got a royal flush and I was just all excited. And it was just my reaction that really got the thing to kind of go viral. And that's what started the whole thing.
How long did that high last after winning $400,000?
I don't know. It's still kind of lasting, because we have like a gambling fund. And when that gambling fund is empty, and like every day I have to like go to the bank and get $10,000 and bring it to the casino, and say, okay, here's for our video today. Doing that day after day after day after day, starts to get kind of annoying. With the 400,000, all of a sudden the coffers were full, and I haven't had to reach in my pocket now for a couple of months, so it maybe that there's still some residual high from that. But I mean, it was definitely, elation for a day or two, I would say.
How do they pay you $400,000? Is it cash? Is it a check? Is it a wire?
A lot of it just depends, but I took a check for a lot of it and then some cash. But, I don't want to walk around with that much cash. Right. But I mean, they'll pay you however you want. They'll wire it. They'll give you a check. They'll give you cash. They'll leave it on an account for you.
What's the most cash that you've seen in a casino?
Probably $500,000 quite often I've seen. Again, not mine, but I mean, I've seen a lot of people come in with a lot of cash.
I saw Steve Will Do It just dumped $1 million in front of Red Rock. Did you see that clip?
No.
Yeah. He just takes a duffel bag full of $1 million and drops it and just shakes it out. And there's $1 million spread into valet. And he's like, spillage. And just has $1 million in cash.
Steve has
laughing at it.
I'm convinced he has a money tree. Because I mean, all he's ever doing is just giving people Rolexes and cars, and I mean, and spending money and gambling, and just I've seen him lose a lot. Maybe he wins a lot too, but man, he just seems like he has an endless supply of money. That guy.
I saw he just gave, I think it was like $750,000 to Corinna Kopf over the last month.
Huh.
It was like a GT.
I've seen
her.
It's
like a GT3 RS, Rolexes, cash, bags. It's a lot.
Yeah, he must like her.
See, I just want to know what his taxes are like.
I have no idea.
Like, how do you write that off?
Hopefully he pays them. Yeah.
How do you, because he would have to either give someone else a 1099 and then they would be responsible for the taxes, or he's paying it at his highest tax bracket.
Yeah.
So it costs him like 40% more to pay the other person's taxes on the gifts he's giving. How?
I could text him. Now he's sometimes he's really good about responding. Sometimes he takes a while. You know how these famous people are sometimes. But I don't know. He doesn't strike me as the type of person who would sit still long enough to answer that question, or he probably doesn't know, and someone else does that for him.
My guess. It's probably got to be someone else.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, hopefully he's handling it. Because I mean, taxes and stuff, all that stuff's really important. I always tell EJ, stay on top of all that stuff and pay your taxes and don't get behind, and all that. Because if some of these people that are famous, like athletes and celebrities and stuff like that, they'll make all this money and then they'll buy all these cars and all this jewelry and all this, and they'll forget this one little detail of their taxes, and then all of a sudden they have a career-ending injury, and then they owe $13 million in taxes, and they're dead broke. So that's not good. But Steve's been doing this for quite a while and is a very, very talented guy, and that's cool. He had $1 million. You got to be careful with that much cash around,
Yeah. Speaking of that, what do you think about the recent law that passed that now you could only write off 90% of gambling losses?
I don't like any taxes any more than the next guy. Some people, someone was saying the other day, like the income tax was originally just a 3% tax in World War II, and it was supposed to be temporary, and now it's like 40% of everything you make, and there's taxes and taxes on taxes and taxes, and I just registered my car, and it was $3,500 to register my car for the year. Then if you live in a state where there's state taxes and so forth and so on, and then the gambling, they tax the living daylights out of the casinos, and the casinos almost always win, and then in the rare event where somebody wins more than $1,200, they want to get a tax on that. I think it's ridiculous. And then I also think that it's not good, because like if you gamble and you get $100,000 worth of W-2Gs, but you have more than $100,000 of losses. In the past, you could just say, well, I didn't win. It was a net loss. Mm-hmm. Now they're saying you got to pay taxes on 10, so if you lose $1 million and you win $1 million, you still owe taxes on 100,000. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair. I think it's dumb. I think it's going to really hurt the professional, like the poker players and the professional gambling world and sports betting. And I really hope that gets repealed, and we'll see what happens. I've heard some rumors that it might.
Now, really quick, I just want to say that we've been traveling a lot to bring you these guests here on the Iced Coffee Hour. And if you've traveled recently, you know what happens when you start packing your bags. Clothes get way bulkier than they should be, and it's a lot more stressful than it needs to be. That's why our sponsor, Extra, really surprised me with their Travel Pack Vacuum Kit. It's designed to help you pack smarter, save space, and stay organized without overthinking it.
The Extra Travel Pack comes with compression bags and a compact, rechargeable vacuum that lets you shrink your clothes down to a fraction of the size. With that, you can keep way more all in the same bag while keeping everything protected from spills, odors, and wrinkles. It's honestly wild how much space it frees up. You can turn just a small backpack into a full-on weekend bag with no checked luggage or rolling carry-on.
And just like everything Extra makes, their build quality is phenomenal. The materials feel premium, it's easy to use, and it actually makes travel way more enjoyable than it used to be.
Extra also designed their travel pack to work seamlessly with their backpacks and organizers, so everything stays clean, compact, and super easy to access when you're on the move.
And right now is the best time to buy one because Extra's running a Christmas sale from December 8th through the 26th with up to 54% off site-wide.
Not to mention, when you use our code ICED, you'll get an additional 10% off on top of that for up to 64% off the total.
Just go to partner.extra.com/iced or click the link down below. Or to make it easier, we have the QR code on the screen as well. Again, that is partner.extra.com/iced with the link down below or the QR code on the screen. Thank you so much and enjoy.